Hey you guys, what's up? Thanks so much for tuning in today's video. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Kara from KSquad, but my KSquad voted for this video, okay? I pulled up my community here on my phone. Yesterday I had posted a question on my community tab saying which video y'all wanted to see, and my KSquad voted for a full face of new makeup, so that's what we're going to be doing here today. My brows are already done. I don't have anything new for my brows except for the Charlotte Tilbury Micro Precision Tinted Brow Gel that I had hauled in my Sephora haul. I've been using this like crazy and I have some thoughts about it, but I'm actually going to go in with this brow gel towards the end of my whole makeup routine. After I powder and everything, just go back over my brows just to make sure everything is filled in, nothing got erased or anything like that. So we'll get to that in a minute. I'm actually going to start off with some new skincare. I've already done my skincare, but I do need to put on SPF because I actually finished my Fenty Skin Moisturizer and SPF, and that's what I've been using as SPF in the last couple of months. And I also have the Bioscience that I've been using. But I said, being that it's a full face of new products, let's go ahead and try this. So this is the Tula Skincare Protect and Glow Daily Sunscreen Gel Broad Spectrum SPF of 30, and it has UVA and UVB protection, which is important to have both. So it says it has probiotics to help lock in moisture and strengthen the skin barrier, pineapple and papaya that help promote an even skin tone. It also has wild butterfly ginger root, and that helps to protect skin against blue light. So looking at your phone or the TV or anything, I know there's a lot of talk recently about the blue light because we're on our devices more than ever now, like working from home, even though we was always in front of computers, like I said, your phone, things like that. So it's good to have that kind of protection. So this is what the packaging looks like here. It says, feed your skin with the good stuff. It's formulated without a whole lot of stuff, you know, parabens, sulfates, dialates, mineral oil, petroleum, formaldehyde, trisulfide. There's no retinol, there's no synthetic fragrance, no dairy, no gluten, no silicone, and it's dimethicone free, and they're also cruelty free as well. So it's non-comedogenic, meaning it won't clog your pores. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply a good amount of that on my skin. This one is definitely a thinner texture than the Bioscience that I've been using. So it feels like a good moisturizer actually. So that could be like, I'm not really a fan of the scent. It doesn't have like a noticeable fragrance, but it does have like a little funny smell. It doesn't smell like sunscreen, but look at that radiance that it has brought my skin. For the eyes, I'm getting into my Juvia'S Magic Mini palette. This was actually on sale, I think like a week or two ago. I got a big order from Juvia'S actually here, and I'm going to incorporate some of those products in this video, but I'll also be doing a separate Juvia'S video as well because I have tons of new products from them. But this sunscreen, so far so good. I actually like the glow that it gave my face, and I'll definitely continue to keep using this Tula skincare. So I don't know if you remember when I bought this a few months back, it was like 5 times the points for women's beauty brands. So I definitely wanted to jump on that. So now we're gonna get into the eyes. And speaking of Juvia'S, they also came out with this eye primer. This is their Eye Prep Eye Prime Eye Primer, and this is in the shade 3. Now I started not to order it because I really wanted the shade 2. It's the shade right before this one, but then Juvia'S just kept dropping stuff. I was like, you know what, let me throw that in a bag too, you know. So it's here and we're gonna try it out. It looks a little empty back there. That's because all my brushes are in front of me. I need to clean my brushes, so whatever was clean I had to bring in front of me, and that's what we're gonna use. But again, here is the Juvia'S Eye Prep Eye Prime Primer in the shade 3. I wanted to bring out my palette because I'm tired of putting stuff on the back of my hand and be having stained up hands. Okay, so I squeeze a little bit of that primer out, and that's it there. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to my lids. Okay, so that, as y'all can see, that shade is just a little bit deeper than my skin tone, which is a good thing because there are skin tones deeper than mine, but you see also why I wanted to buy the shade 2. But nonetheless, we're going to try this out. Now, like I said, we're going to get into the Magic Mini palette. I picked this palette for today because I kind of wanted to play off of the greens and purples that's in my shirt. So let's see what we can do. I'm taking a Sigma E38 diffuse crease brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Nana. And I am going to take this directly into my crease. I'm going to kind of tap it in, and then we'll blend it out with a lighter shade in a second. It's actually pretty similar to the shade of the primer, just a little bit more warm. It has more of a warm undertone to it, but that primer is still a little bit wet though. So I would have preferred to set the primer first, but it seems to be, it actually, there's no patchiness. It's not sticky or anything. It's just, I feel like it's wet, and that this brush is not going to be the best brush to blend with, which is okay. I'm going to switch brushes anyway. I just want to apply this color right now. I find when I tap like this too, I kind of give my eye a little bit more shape, because you know I have hooded lids, so for me to tap and draw that outline first, it helps with me defining the shape of my eye. In this palette, the only lighter shade to blend out would be Kessie, which is this shade right here. I don't know if I want to blend out with that, so I'm just going to add a little bit more warmth using Zakia right above it. I'm taking a Morphe M502. That's all I'm going to do to the transition. Now for the actual lid shade, like I said, I wanted to play off of the colors in my shirt. So I'm going to take this brush. It's from a company called Lavish. I think I got this from like BoxyCharm or something. I'm going to take that. I do want to spray the brush because I don't want to deal with too much fallout. Not that it's guaranteed, just want to prevent it if I can, you know. So I'm going to take the shade Buzzo, right here, this green shade. And that's going to be my lid shade. Beautiful. That's like a freaking, like a seafoam Christmassy kind of green, right? Now I put that green all over my lid. You're probably like, where's the purple gonna fit in? Well, I'm gonna take that shade Fazzo, and I'm taking this on a MAC 219, the old school MAC 219. And I'm just gonna try to run that right on the inner tear duct corner and see how that looks. Just gonna take a clean blending brush. This is a no name brand. I think I got this back in the days when I used to do like IMAX and stuff. This might be Crown brushes, but it says it's a deluxe crease brush. I just want to use that nice and clean and just blend everything together. Make sure there's no super harsh lines. Alright guys, so I am back. I put on my lashes and everything, and looking at the eye look, I kind of want to deepen up the outer corners a little bit. So I'm going to take another brush. This is a Morphe E28 brush. It kind of has that point to it. And I'm going to take this deeper purple here, which is IF. Deepen up this outer corner a little bit here. And also bring it over a little bit. See how that just deepens it up and adds a little bit more depth to the eye? I like that. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. A little depth. So that's it for the eyes right now. I'm gonna do my lower lash later on after I put on my face makeup. But I have so many new products in this drawer here, it's not even funny. So I just want to set that there so I know what I'm reaching for. I don't really have a new concealer, so I'm just taking Old Faithful, Pat McGrath Labs, and I'm going to do some color correction with the MD27 first. Taking the Sephora number 52 stippling concealer brush, and I'm just going to blend that in. Then I'm taking my lighter shade in MD23 and I'm just going to highlight certain areas of my face. For the highlight shade, I usually use a sponge. I forgot to wet it, so hopefully this spray will do. But I'm just going to take my e.l.f. Camo Concealer Sponge and go ahead and blend that out. On my community tab, I also asked you guys for input on which foundation to use. Huda foundation, I have the LYS, which I'll do a separate video on LYS, but you guys voted for the Sephora Best Skin Ever. I have mine in the shade 55N, and I did swatch this against my skin. I'm just gonna put I'm gonna put 2 pumps here on the brush. I swatched this against my skin and it really looked like a good shade match, so let's see how it does all around. I have my 5 O'Clock Beauty blending sponge here. Oh, see, I just love the finish that a sponge gives. I can apply with a brush, but nothing beats taking up all that excess product that was sitting on top. Nothing beats that. I just love the finish. It doesn't look like it's sitting on top. It just melds together with your skin. That looks nice and natural. It's a pretty... I'm not a person that needs so much coverage, especially since I went in with the color correction and I went in with my concealer underneath. So I really don't need too much coverage when it comes to my foundation. I'm looking more for a nice finish, and my skin still looks glowy, so it didn't take away the glow. I don't know if the glow is coming from underneath with that SPF or if it's the foundation itself. Let's see, does it say? Enriched with algae extracts, hyaluronic acid, provides anti-pollution benefits and 12-hour hydration, clinically proven to reduce signs of stress and fatigue. So I think it's supposed to be more of a hydrating foundation since it says it supplies you that moisture. That glow is really nice. And I don't know if you could tell when I pumped it on the brush, it was more of a thicker foundation. And I can't say that I don't feel like I have on makeup. I definitely feel like I have on makeup, but it's not super heavy or anything like that. No, while I didn't have a new concealer, I definitely do have a new powder. This is the Sephora Translucent Setting Powder that I want to try. So just pull back there. I'm not going to pull back too much because I want to kind of keep that powder as contained as possible. So I'm just taking some out in the cap here. I'm actually going to use a little sponge here. I'm going to pick up that product on the sponge, well, on the puff, and rub it in. So make sure that powder is distributed all throughout there. I'm gonna go back with the same sponge that I used for my concealer and just make sure there's no creases, no lines or anything like that. Let me get my handheld mirror so I can look up and really ensure. And then taking the puff and just setting underneath with it. And I'm also taking that everywhere that I put concealer, so that whole T-zone area. Now for all over setting powder, I'm gonna go ahead and dip into my Gucci powder. This is actually the first time that I've used the powder, so this is what the packaging looks like there. Super luxe. You see how thick it is and just luxe. And I got mine in the shade number 12. So let's go ahead and grab a brush and see what she is working with. Just gonna take my Peaches and Pearl Andrea Renee brush. As I tap my brush in already, I smell the fragrance. You know, luxury products are pretty fragranced, so. just powdered one side of my face, and I can see the difference. You can tell it's set. It's a little bit more on the matte side, but you still get that radiance coming through. As opposed to this side with no powder, you can clearly see the difference. Like this side, you can tell it's like still almost like wet in a way. So let me go ahead and do the other side. I will say, as I'm applying the powder, I don't smell the scent too much. So it's more of an experience when you're actually using the product. But when you apply it and put it on, you don't really get too much of that scent that's like, you know, sitting on your skin. So I do like the fact that it doesn't like fully mattify my face, even though I feel like it's set now. Like, yeah, like there's no wetness to my skin anymore. So I can tell my skin is set, but it's like a nice veil over my skin. Really nice. Okay. For bronzer, I'm gonna take the Juvia'S Place bronze. Well, this is their new bronze duos, and this one is in the shade dark. So I'm gonna go in with the lighter shade first. Bring some warmth back into my face. Okay, so that does bring the warmth back into my face. It is more on the orangey side, like red, that warm red undertone, which I'm not always a fan of. But hopefully, oh, maybe I can mix the two. I should have mixed the two. I'm gonna bring in some of that other shade, mix the two, and see how that does. Yeah, it's definitely pulling more warm toned reddish on me, but no worries, because I did buy 3 shades of these duos, so there will be a full video on those bronzers and duos. I just wanted to test one out in this video. But moving on from that, let's go into highlighter. I don't even know if this highlighter is actually going to go with the look, but I'm going to take the Artist Couture Diamond Luxe Luminizer in the shade Honey Drip. I actually bought this, if I'm not mistaken, sometime in like the winter, if I'm not mistaken. I just haven't gotten a chance to try it out. So let's see what this does. Ooh, I see the sparkles flying, I'll tell you that. So I'm tapping off this brush. Oh, that's really pretty. That is really pretty. That bronzer on my nose really looks like made my nose look bronze for real. I thought this highlighter was going to be a little on the deep side, but I think it's perfect. This is really pretty. And I'm sure I can like go in a little bit more to build it up. Beautiful. Okay, I am not mad at that. For blush, I'm going to go into this Tower 28 Duo that I had purchased. Comes with a cream blush as well as a lip gloss. I bought 2 cream blushes during the spring fall event from Tower 28. So I do know that the formula works pretty good over powdered makeup already. So I'm going to take the shade Beach Please. And that's what Beach Please looks like. I'm actually going to take it on the sponge. And we're going to just tap that into the skin. See, it doesn't move anything, it doesn't lift anything up, but you just see the radiance and the color of the blush is not too overpowering. I like it. So far, I like both of the blushes that I got from Tower 28. The other one, After Hours, I've been wearing that out. I wore that at least 3 times already since I purchased it. Really, really like these blushes. And then I just like how the highlighter just melted underneath as well. If you want to, you feel like it's too much, just go back over it where you had that foundation and just go back over it to further help blend everything together. I'm not feeling the coverage above my mouth at the moment, which is weird because I always do the color correction and then the Pat McGrath concealer. So I don't know if it's the foundation itself that's looking funny over there, but it matches really well with the rest of my skin tone, so I don't know what's going on. I want to go ahead and set my face. I'm just taking my Smashbox Photo Finish Setting Spray, and I'm gonna set this makeup before I go in with the finishing powder. And the finishing powder that I'm gonna use today is a powder that I have been using since I hauled it. This is the Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder No Powder. Really like this powder. I got mine in the shade 6N, and this is what it looks like there. Really nice powder. So I'm just gonna take a fluffy powder brush. This one here is the Sedona Lace 376. Just gonna go all over that powder and use this as a finisher. And this is another one of those luxury products that has like a little bit of a scent, but again, once I put it on my skin, I don't get that scent. I don't pick that scent up at all. Alright y'all, last but not least, let's get into these lips. I'm taking a ColourPop pencil, not known, but I'm taking BFF3. And then I'm going to take that Tower 28 gloss. And the gloss is in the shade Cashew. And I like this gloss. Did I use this in my last Get Ready With Me? It's just a smooth moisturizing gloss I really do like. That is basically it for the look, guys. So quick rundown of the products. So far, I'm not sure how I feel about this Best Skin Ever. It is a perfect match for me. I will say the 55N is a really good match for me. Like, as you can see from my chest and everything looks like it's seamless. So I'm not mad at the match. The only thing is how I feel about above my lip, but that's where I have my pigmentation from eczema and everything. So, you know, it's bound to happen. Trust me, that's not the first foundation to happen with, and it damn sure ain't gonna be the last, okay? So, you know, the verdict is still out on that one. I'm not mad at that. Like I said, I've been using the Dior Powder No Powder. Been enjoying that. Juvia'S place never disappoints when it comes to their eyeshadows. I love how my eye look came out. These colors are so vibrant and just super pretty, and I love how I was inspired by my shirt to play in these green and purples. Tower 28 has been definitely on my radar. I have been enjoying everything that I picked up from Tower 28. The Sephora Translucent Setting Powder. I don't know if it's anything to write home about, honestly. I prefer powders that have more of a tone. I will say it is pretty translucent. Like, it's not leaving any kind of white cast or anything underneath my eyes, so I can appreciate that. But that's something that I have to continue playing with as well. As well as the Gucci powder. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm not like super impressed by it, but I mean, it did what it had to do. It did set my makeup, which is a setting powder, so that's what it's supposed to do. But is it worth any other set? You know, is it worth buying this over different setting powders? The verdict is still out on that one. I was actually impressed with the Artist Couture highlighter. This Honey Drip, really pretty. Like, that glow is everything, so I am really enjoying that. The Juvia'S Bronzing Duo, not really a fan. I mean, I think the look came together really nicely, and it actually looks a little bit more natural now, mixed with like the blush and everything that's, you know, merged together. It doesn't look so bad, but looking at the monitor right now, I kind of do still see that warmth around my face, which I tend to go a little bit more neutral tone when it comes to that. But again, stay tuned because there'll be a video. I actually, like I said, I picked up 3 of these bronzing duos, so we'll be testing those out and see. Maybe I'll find a better shade match within the range that I picked up. I straight up didn't do anything to my lower lashes, which I'm not even honestly mad at that. What I'm gonna do is really quickly, I'm going in with the Sigma smudge brush, the E21, and all I'm gonna do is take them crease colors that I use. So Nana and Zakia, I'm gonna run those right up underneath my lower lash line, just to like bring this together, because I have to put on lower line mascara. I'm gonna take the deep purple too, just towards the outer corner here. Oh, I did tell you guys also I wanted to go in with the Legendary brows and just bush up my brows a little bit. This is another product where I'm not so sure that it's actually worth the money. Like, it does, I can see how it tints the brows a little bit, but is it anything more than my spoolies doing and, you know, the product that I already have? The eye primer. Oh, I didn't even talk about the eye primer. This was nice, actually. I'm not mad at it. Everything went on top really smoothly. There's no skipping, there's no patching. Everything is nice and vibrant. So yeah, I'm definitely going to continue using that. I was impressed with that one. And then also the SPF, which it seems like it's going to be a good one. So I'll definitely be continuing with that on my skincare regimen as well. But I think that covers all of the products. Again, if I left anything out, let me know down in the comments. I love talking to you guys. Let me know if you tried any of these products. If you're interested in trying any of these products, let's talk about it down in the comments as well. If you stayed to the end of this video and you're not already subscribed, what you waiting for? Go ahead and join the KSquad. We would love to have you, and I hope to catch each and every one of you in the next video. Until next time, beauty, stay blessed. Later.